Hey guys, what's going on? It's Lieutenant Rosham here, and hopefully you guys are noticing a difference in the mic quality because I am back and I am currently using my new mic. I got the Yeti microphone, which is what most YouTubers I know personally, well, or not personally use, and it's pretty freaking awesome. Got it for Christmas from my parents. I love them very much. Thank you so much for that. And yeah, so I'm going to be trying out for the first time. So yeah, I'm back from Germany. I spent all of Christmas vacation there, and boy, have I a story to tell you guys. So I left on the 20th, and I got there on the 21st. I think those are the exact dates. And so basically, me and my brother, we get to the airport, and if you're flying pretty close to Christmas, it kind of does suck because it's really crowded and there's a lot of people. And I leave from San Francisco International Airport. So we get there and we get through checking and we get our baggage checked and go through security and everything. Everything's fine. And so we're sitting in the lobby waiting for the to board the plane. The plane's there and everything, and we get this announcement. Hey, we're gonna take a while. There's a potential problem. Give us half an hour and we'll give you guys an update. So we wait half an hour, and after half an hour, we get another announcement over the PA system saying, okay, look, we have an actual issue. Give us another hour. So at this point, everyone, was like, oh man, this sucks and whatnot. So then after almost an hour and a half, they were like, okay, this bird isn't going to fly because of turbulence issues. And here comes the best part. The plane was an A380, which is that really big new one from what is it, the Boeing, I believe, or is it Airbus? I'm not quite sure which one. And it has like double the amount of people that are usually on a plane, and it's got like a bunch more than a 747 and like a 737 and stuff. So everyone has to run back out, and it's a good 10-minute walk to get back to the check-in counter at the front where they told us that we can rebook flights, and for those people who don't fly, get hotels. So we go back up, and there's this line, and there's two lines. They only have two check-in counters open, and so we were like, okay, this is great for like 500 people or something like that. You only have two counters open. So I'm standing in the line. I tell my brother to go get the luggage because we had heard from people in front of us that if it's your turn and you get up to the counter and you don't have your luggage with you, you can't actually do anything. So there were people already getting really mad about that. And then we went and he got the luggage, and I was standing in line for a good hour, and then it was my turn. So I go up there. I'm like, hey, me and my brother, we're supposed to be on this flight, and we want to go to Germany, could you please rebook us? And the lady at the counter was like, well, you're out of luck because everyone's already been rebooked. There's no more flights, and the next flight would be probably either on the 28th. And we're like, well, that's not really going to cut it. So she gave us this number that we were supposed to call. Well, yeah, and then, sorry, I forgot. The best part was she said, sorry, you can't actually, even if she could book us and there were flights available, she couldn't book us because that we were at the wrong counter. That check-in counter was only for reserving hotels and stuff like that for the people who know they're not going to fly. So at that point, I started getting really, really annoyed because, I wasn't really sure if we were going to fly or not. So I give my parents a call, and I was like, look, guys, what can we do here? And so at this point, I was getting really stressed too, and they had given me this number on this piece of paper. They give you a little piece of paper, by the way, when something like that happens, and it tells you like your passenger rights, I guess, like if you're like so and so late, and like how much they can refund, or like if they give you a hotel or a new flight and whatnot. And so the woman at the check-in counter wrote down that like a service number where we're supposed to call to rebook the flight. And we call there, and well, of course, again, same deal. All the flights are booked, and you probably won't get anything. So I called my dad, and I was like, oh my god, this is gonna suck. Can we do anything? And so he, I don't know what he did, but he was on the phone for half an hour or something like that with Miles and Moar, which is like a traveling agency, I guess. And they then we're like, yeah, okay, go back to the counter, talk to the same woman you talked to before, and give her the phone. So I gave her the phone with my dad on the line, and then she goes to the back for like 10 minutes and comes back out and was like, hey, you two, we've got a flight for you. And I was like, oh, holy shit, that's awesome. Like, because in the meantime, I had already called, grandparents and stuff, and was like, hey, we had, on the off chance we may not come, blah, 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 blah. And so we were like, oh, great, So we got the plane, which we got a different one. Then we were supposed to originally fly to Frankfurt, but then in the end we flew to Munich at like 9 o'clock at night. So that was like the first tale, I guess, of our, or like the first story of my trip and stuff. So that was, I've probably never been so stressed in my life. I mean, holy shit, that was just so bad, and I was so tired. And then we get to Germany. We spend a couple days with my dad, and since my parents are divorced, we spend the second half with mom. And so we got on a train from Hamburg, a little town inside Hamburg actually. We got on a train to go to Berlin. And so we're on the train, and we had electronic tickets, like with a little barcode and whatnot, so that they could scan. And so the chauffeur, I really forget the name for whatever the person is who's on the train. The conductor, I guess, comes up and asks, can I see some ID and your ticket? And I was like, oh yeah, here you go. Here's the ID and here's a ticket. So what I give him as ID was actually my passport, because I have no official German ID. I've got an American driver's license, I've got a German passport, but turns out the guy said that as of recently, you cannot use a passport anymore as ID. So we were like, great. Now we don't have any way to prove that the ticket is ours. So he said that's not going to be a problem. He can use the same number, but he's going to have to reissue us a ticket. So we're like, okay. And so that took, it's like an hour and a half train ride. And it took the guy about, I think it actually took him so long that we actually got off the train, and he then finished it on his own. We gave him all the information, but oh my god, it's just super stressful. I felt almost a little bit like planes, trains, and automobiles, because on the plane when I was sitting there, the guy to the right on the flight from San Francisco to Munich, on the flight I was sitting coach, and there was this guy. I was sitting it was like a 4-seater middle aisle, and I was one in from the left. And so next to me to the left, there was a really nice gentleman who I talked a long time with, and basically we told each other our life story. But to the right, I had a guy who, he snored really bad. He was really fat, and he smelled really, really bad. Like basically the person who you don't want to be next to on a flight. And so he actually, halfway through the flight, just starts to get up and leave, and then I was super happy because of that, because first he was snoring, and the guy next to him actually on the right, to the right of him, woke him up and asked him, if like there's some way he could not snore, because it was really loud. Like people in front of us and behind us and stuff were they were kind of looking at us. And as a little side note, this is my first swarm. This is the first time I've ever gotten a swarm. I was recording, luckily. Of course, it's always theater mode, but theater mode doesn't really give you the same thing. So I was really excited about that. So anyways, back to the story. So yeah, people were looking at us all weird. And then like halfway through the flight, I didn't sleep at all, because there were little kids behind us as well. There were 3 little kids behind us, and little kids don't sleep on planes, but I didn't sleep at all. And this guy like gets up halfway through and just starts like walking around the plane. Legitimately, it was super creepy, and he was always like super pissed. Like he didn't want to talk to me at all. I was just like, excuse me, sir, like this and that. And then towards the end of the flight, I got so damn tired, and I put up like the armrest, and I was lying on his seat, and then he got so mad at me because it was like 2 hours away from landing. And they wake everyone up for breakfast, and I guess he had come back, and I was still lying there, like I had taken his seat, and he wasn't there, so I was like, okay, whatever, fuck it. I'm tired. That guy's a bitch, and he's not here right now, so I'm just gonna like sleep there. So he gets super mad at me. He's like, blah 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 blah. He's German, by the way, so he's like, verlassen Sie jetzt bitte meinen Sitz und warum sitzen Sie, das hier ist nicht euer Sitz? And basically he's saying like, why the hell are you in my seat? Like, etc., etc., just being a dick. And I was like, well, look, man, I was hella freaking tired. Like, give me a chill. I mean, give me a break, bro. You need to chill out. So, yeah, I don't know. That was probably the most stressful vacationing, like, travel time I've ever had. And so, based off of that, I would like to ask you guys if you wanted to, or if you could, leave the most interesting travel stories you guys have had in the comments below. I would love to hear them. Yeah, and I don't know. I would kind of almost compare this to planes, trains, and automobiles. You know, I'm not next to a fat guy the whole time, and my car doesn't catch on fire and burn up and stuff. But it's, you know, it's just the same, and so I don't know. But yeah, and I will also be wishing you guys right now a very happy and merry belated Christmas and New Year's. And yeah, I'm probably going to be uploading this video straight after it's done because actually my internet was really crappy, and actually we let the contract to my house to the internet run out because it was about to renew when we were going to leave, and so, you know, there was no real point in renewing it if you're not going to be back for 3 weeks anyways. So we do that, and of course I have Comcast, and these Comcast sleaze bags tell us that, you know, it's going to get activated 2 days after we call, and which is a Sunday, and today's a Monday. So I talked to them Sunday. I was like, hey, look, can you guys like activate the internet? And they were like, no, we can't do that yet, blah 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 blah. And then I was like, okay, whatever. So we wait till today, which is Monday, and it's January the 14th. And I was like, look, guys, you told us you would on Sunday activate the faster internet, because I mean we still had internet, but it was really, really slow. And I was like, look, guys, you told us you would give us faster internet, which we're paying for by now, and you haven't done it yet. And he was like, well, sorry for the inconvenience, sir. And I was like, well, that's fucking bull. Like, no shit, you're sorry. You better be sorry, or else, like, I mean, I don't know what you can do with Comcast if they don't actually upgrade right away, but internet companies are all so damn bad. I mean, these guys, I bet you they would have not upgraded the internet had I not, you know, gotten on tech support's ass and been like, you need to give me my fucking faster internet, or else I'm gonna, like, go cray-cray on your face. But, yeah, so it looks like we're coming towards the end of the game here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really am glad to be back, and I will be posting a lot more videos. I went 59-11, the highest scoring game I've ever gotten. My name is Lieutenant Rosham. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys all next time. Bye.